Myself Sushmita Sahu, and today I am going to take stars and the solar system in science with special reference to class 8 NCERT. This is chapter 17 of class 8 NCERT books. So let's start. If you like my video, kindly subscribe for it and don't forget to press the bell icon. As I always say, this topic is very interesting. We all have seen our stars and we know about our solar system because we are also there, one of the member of the solar system or on the solar system. So let's begin with what are celestial objects? The stars, the planets, the moons and many other objects in the sky, what we see are called the celestial objects. Now in this we will first study a very interesting and very nice thing, and that is the moon. See, this is the night sky where you can see lots of stars and the moon. But usually what happens, do we see so many of stars at night? No, because we all are staying in city and living in city and the atmosphere is very polluted. In where you have good forest or in villages, we can see many stars out there. So this is a clear sky with the moon and the stars. So let's come to study the moon. Now what is the moon? On the screen you can see various phases of the moon. You might have seen it every day. We call it Purnima, the day we see the full moon. We call it Purnima, then jis din nahi dikhta hai, we call it Amavas, then Shukla Paksh and Krishna Paksh. So this is the phases what we call of moon in Hindi, and on screen you can see what we call it in English. So various shapes of moons of the bright part of the moon as seen during the month are called phases of moon. Now let us try to understand why phases of moon occur. Moon does not produce its own light. So you should know this. Moon is not a star. Stars produce their own light. Moon does not produce its own light. It reflects the light of sun. The sun and other stars do produce the light of their own. So they are stars. Sun is also a star. We see the moon because the sunlight falling on it gets reflected towards us, and we see only that part of the moon from which the light of the sun is reflected towards us. So we can see the phases of moon, and you very well know earth is revolving round the sun and moon is revolving round the earth. Okay, so this is the relation between all the three. The earth is revolving round the moon and earth is revolving round the sun and moon is revolving round the earth. And why we have the phases of moon? Because we see only that part of the moon from which the light of the sun is reflected and it is towards us. So we can do this example very well. Here you can see a girl standing with a ball. So you will be able to, the moon appears different in different position. You can do this experiment yourself, and you can with a friend of yours, and you can see the different phases of the moon yourself. Now let's come to our next topic, and that is the moon's surface. How is the surface of the moon? The moon is a fascinating object for poets and storytellers, of course, but when astronauts landed on the moon, they found that moon surface is dusty and barren. There are many craters of different sizes. It also has a large number of steep and high mountains, and the mountains are as high as we have on the earth. And secondly, the moon has no atmosphere and no water. So obviously the life is absent on the moon. So with this, let's see our next, we come to our next celestial body, and that is the stars. You can see lovely stars, and there are a large number of stars, and we can see these stars on a dark night from the place wherever we are. And we see many stars if we are away from the city. If it is not, the atmosphere is not polluted, we can see many stars. Now as I said previously, the stars, they emit their own light. They have got their own light, and so sun is also a star. Can you tell me why sun appears? We can see sun it's very big in shape, while as the stars appear small? Yes, you are correct. Sun is quite near to us, while as stars are millions of times further, or they are away from us, much more what sun is. Therefore, the stars appear like a point to us. In fact, the stars are present in the sky during the daytime also, but due to the light of sun, the bright light of sun, we are not able to see the twinkling lights of the stars. Now, group of stars, they are called constellation. When there is group of stars together, they form shapes, and these shapes are called constellation. Before that, I would like to tell you, there actually is a star, the pole star, which is situated in the direction of Earth's axis, and it does not appear to move. Here you can see it on the screen. You can see that. So this is the pole star. This does not move. Now I was talking about constellation. The stars forming group that has a recognizable shape is called constellation. Now let's see few of the constellation. Oh yes, this is very common, and we usually see it. This is dipper used for drinking water in the ancient times. So this is a group of stars, and the famous group of stars are Great Bear, Orion, Cassiopeia and Leo Major. In summertime, in the early part of the night is Ursa Major. It is also called the Big Dipper, the Great Bear or the Saptarishi. It is formed by 7 stars. There are seven prominent stars in this constellation. It appears like a big ladle or a question mark. There are 3 stars in the handle and 4 stars in the bowl, that you can see it on the screen. Then we have Ursa Major, like you can see the pole star, and then it appears like this as it is shown on the screen. Then Orion is another well-known constellation that can be seen during the winter time in the late evening. It is one of the most magnificent constellation in the sky. It also has 7 or 8 bright stars. Orion is also called the hunter. The 3 middle stars represent the bell of the hunter. The 4 bright stars appear to be arranged in the form of quadrilateral. The stars Sirius, which is the brightest star in the sky, is located close to Orion. So there are many such constellations in the sky. You can you can go out and look at the sky, and there you can see many of the constellations. And nowadays on many of the phones there is Sky app also. If you put that, you can download it in your mobile, and if you see on the app, if you see the sky, you see which star, which is the star you want to see, or the star you are seeing is which star. So with this, now let's come to our solar system. The solar system, it consists of, what does it consist of? The 8 planets in the order of distance from the sun, and they are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Yes, in the beginning I said that we are part of this solar system because we are the resident of our planet Earth, and which is 3rd in the solar system. The head of the solar system is Sun, and let me repeat the order once again. Sun is there, then Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Okay, so we were talking about this solar system. You can see it on Earth. Let's talk about each of the members. The Sun. Sun is the nearest star from us. It is continuously emitting a huge amount of heat and light. The Sun is the source of almost all energy on the Earth, isn't it? In fact, the Sun is the main source of heat and light for all the planets. Now let's talk about the planets. A planet has a definite part in which it revolves around the Sun. This part is called orbit. Now let's talk about Mercury. Mercury in Hindi is known as Budh. The planet Mercury is nearest to the sun. It is the smallest planet of our solar system. Because Mercury is very close to the sun, it is very difficult to observe it, as most of the time it is hidden in the glare of sun. Then we come to our next planet, and that is Venus or Shukra. Venus is Earth's nearest planetary neighbor. It is the brightest planet in the night sky. Sometimes Venus appears in the eastern sky before sunrise also. Then the next is Earth, Prithvi, our planet. The Earth is the only planet in the solar system on which life is known to exist. Why? Because we have water and air all. The axis of rotation of Earth is not perpendicular to the plane of the orbit. It is tilted. You all know the Earth axis is tilted to 23.5 degree north, and because of this tilt, it is like we have seasons on the Earth. The next planet is Mars or Mangal. It is the first outside of the orbit of the Earth is Mars. It appears slightly reddish, and therefore it is also called the third red planet. Then we have Jupiter or the Brihaspati. It is the largest planet of solar system. It is so large that about 1300 Earth can be placed inside this giant. Then next we have, after Jupiter, we have Saturn or Shani. Beyond Jupiter is Saturn, which appears yellowish in color. What makes it unique is the solar system is its beautiful rings, you know, it has rings. Then we have Uranus and Neptune. They are the outermost planets of the solar system. They can be seen only with the help of large telescope. So this was our solar system. Then next we come to artificial satellites. Now artificial satellites are very important, as you all know, and you might have heard also about artificial satellites, and these satellite is different from natural satellite. Natural satellite is our moon. Artificial satellites are man-made. They are launched from the Earth. They revolve around the Earth much closer than Earth's natural satellite, the moon. India has built and launched several artificial satellites. Aryabhat was the first Indian satellite. Some of other Indian satellites are INSET, then we have IRS, Kalpana 1, EduSat, etc. Artificial satellites have many practical applications, like they are used for forecasting weather, transmitting television and radio signals. They are also used for telecommunication and remote sensing. So natural satellite is moon, artificial satellite we have already talked about, and how they help we have already had a talk about it. So with this, let's save our mother planet and let's all be happy together. Bye.